Hi, this is Vineet David, Assistant Professor of SNS Institutions, B-Spine. So yes, today we are going to look into the topic of risk management. So yes, when you start the planning process for a project, one of the first thing you need to think about is what can go wrong. It sounds negative, right? But pragmatic project managers knows this type of things are preventative. Yes, it is preventive. Issues will inevitably come up, and you need to mitigate strategies in place to know how to manage risk when project planning. But how do you work towards resolving the unknown? So it sounds like philosophically paradox, but don't worry, there are like practical steps you can take. So, the project risk management is the process of identifying, analyzing, and responding to a risk that arise over the life cycle of project to help the project remains on the track or not. Yes, and meet up its goals. So the risk management isn't receiving only, it should be a part of the plan process to figure out the risk that might happen in the project and how to control the risk if it a fact occurs. So internal risk. So the internal risk originated within the project, such as resource constraints, technical issues, or like team dynamic. So the resource constraints. If we have planned to complete a project with five peoples, if two peoples are not there in a same day, then we do have a resource constraints to complete the day task. So we need to plan accordingly and separate the works between the three where it should not make a overload on it too. So technical issues. So network issues can arrive and technical glitch can be arrived or the tool may state error. So everything should be addressed the before the planning stages itself. So external risk. So the market can be changed. So the government regulatory can be changed, and natural disasters can be arrived. So all these factors should be addressed before planning process itself. Stakeholders risk. So risk related to the needs, expectations, and engagements of the project stakeholders. So operational risk. So risk that can disrupt the day-to-day operations that executes the projects. So these are all the things that we should identify and we should create a solution for all these things while the planning process is going on. So asking this question what goes wrong is a negative, but that negative should be uh, a major drawback for your projects that can lead your project into a downfall. So we should ask this question and we should brainstorm with this question with the stakeholders and get a lot of ideas into it that we should test in we should test the processes and we should see the results in the futures. Analyzing potential risk. So probability assessment. Evaluating the likelihood of risk event occurring, often on a scale of low to high. Impact evaluation. So determining the potential sequences of a risk event in the terms of costs, scheduling, quality, or a project objectives. Risk prioritization. So ranking risk based on their probability and the impact to force mitigate effects on the most critical. Yes. So prioritizing your risk is most important. So the highest priority should given for the risk which will impact more on your projects. So if a project has impact risk level of closing the company itself, then they should identify the solution for that own problem, where if they have their issues in their tool, the importance should be prioritized within the closing of a company or else working on the tool. So yes, it should be identified between this both and they should prioritize one which is more important to resolve first is a major thing in this risk management. Developing risk response strategies. Avoid, estim, eliminate the risk by changing the project plan or scope. Transfer. Shift the risk to the third party, such as insurance providers and subcontractors. See, yes, if any issues occurs with the company, or like disasters, or like uh, misfiring in the companies, can drop everything off, so the insurance company can take that off and they can refund you money. So this is one of a good way to transfer your risk management to others. So mitigate, implement action to reduce the probability or impact of risk. Accept, acknowledge the risk and develop a contingency plan to address it if it is occurs. So yes, thank you so much.